For 12 years now, you've been looking at me like I'm still that kid. Take a closer look, because there's no denying that I'm the guy now. Oh, it's been a while, Smash Wrestling. These past 3 years, I've been traveling the planet, testing myself against the best. And that brought the V-Guy to Germany in 2020. I mean, look at the history. Some of the greatest Canadian wrestlers have tested themselves in wXw, and I know the 16-carat tournament is where I needed to be. Then the world took a turn for the worst in March 2020. But what's the first thing I did earlier this year? I went back to wXw because, like you, I love wrestling. But now you're coming into our country, and I'm not that kid who's just happy to be there anymore. I know what I want now. I want the biggest challenge possible. I want Europe's best. I want the Axeman.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Well, Vaughn Vertigo laid down the challenge, says he's not just happy to be here, he wants to compete, he wants the Axeman, and he's getting him here tonight in London.
Introducing first, from North Haven, weighing at 175 pounds, the V-Guy, Vaughn Vertigo.
Vaughn Vertigo is somebody who has always had to fight up. Fight from the bottom, fight for that spotlight. He was a tag team guy for a long time. He was part of that tag team that did those cool moves. Vaughn Vertigo is so much more than that, and he is determined to show that on the biggest stage of all.
He's trying to prove here tonight he's not just the guy, he's the guy here in Smash Wrestling. Massive opportunity here to show he belongs in singles competition here. Easier said than done though, Casey.
From Dresden, Germany, weighing at 95 kilograms, Axel Tischer!
You know, I've watched a lot of prison movies, Scott, and what's the first thing you do when you go to prison if you don't want anybody to mess with you? You call out the biggest, baddest guy in the yard, and Axeman Axel Tischer fits that bill accordingly. Vaughn Vertigo may have overshot, but that remains to be seen.
KC, I beg to differ. You don't just call out the biggest guy in the yard, you beat down the biggest guy in the yard. That's what Vertigo's got to do here. Step one, get him in the ring. Step two, you got to beat him.
Now the Axeman Axel Tischer coming off of a victory, and a much needed one.
Right. Big victory over Jake something. Snapping that cold streak. Looking to string a few wins together here. There's the bell. This match now officially underway. Axel Tischer on Vertigo, and Vertigo. Tischer trying to go in there hot. Vertigo had it scouted, and now I can't believe the Axeman. Whoa! Fought a lot of Vaughn Vertigos before, if you will. A lot of young up-and-comers trying to make a name for themselves at the expense of the Axeman.
Well, at the beginning of Axel Tischer's entrance, you saw the words, "Beware the Wolf." And Vaughn Vertigo wants to show that he can hang with the Wolf, and he's got a steep task ahead of him, but if anybody can do it, the V-Guy can do it.
Tischer just manipulating the body of Vertigo. In case you're right, Vertigo, we're used to seeing him in tag team action here as one half of Fight or Flight here in Smash Wrestling, and they've had some tremendous matches, some match of the night, some match of the year candidates they've put on, but Vertigo now trying to step out on his own, trying to make a name for himself. It's a bold move to call out some of the caliber of Axel Tischer.
Now, there's a lot of guys in professional wrestling, Scott, that they're comfortable in their home arenas. They're comfortable in their hometowns. They're comfortable making short drives to get where they need to go. Vaughn Vertigo, in order to get better, went across the world. He's no stranger to wXw. He's been on their turf. and now that they're on his turf, he feels he needs to defend it.
Any ring Axel Tischer is in, Casey, is his turf. It might be Atlanta, Ontario, but this is home field advantage for the Axeman.
An absolute ring general, a man who's been working on getting into shape, and a man who's recently busted what was a bit of a slump that he had going on.
Cover your shoulders down, and again, Vertigo. He's got to make sure he's keeping his shoulders off the mat there. And nice job there. Kip up
by Vertigo.
And now a test of strength here. Vertigo holding his own here against the Axeman. Nice go behind there. Now he's looking for a half Nelson apply here. Tischer immediately breaks it though. Tischer just manipulating the limbs of Vertigo. Nice snapmare there into a side headlock. Vertigo able to escape it though. Now a nice go behind hammerlock now applied by Vertigo.
I don't think Tischer was expecting that there. Rolls through, pulls the leg. Wow, buttery smooth by Axel Tischer.
Ankle trap, that knee manipulated in the wrong direction. Tischer just trying to bend the body in ways, Casey, it's not meant to bend.
Now, Axel Tischer is somebody who at times can look a little bit unassuming when you first take a look at him, but he is malicious. Every movement has malicious intent behind it.
And you see that he let go of the hold for only one reason. That was to hyperextend the knee and go right back into the hold, though, Casey.
Creating that distance just to create more impact is something that is done only by the expert professional wrestlers. Creating distance can usually create problems, but in this case, Axel Tischer knows that creating distance can create real damage.
He's going for a cover here.
2, early night, no.
Smart move there by Axel to go for a cover on that. They're slamming the knee into the canvas. Vaughn Vertigo goes, you got to believe his focus is on the pain in his knee and not on where his shoulders are placed. So a smart move there by Axel Tischer.
Shocks of pain shooting down your leg will always take precedence over the placement of your shoulders, and you need to reset real quick when you find yourself in a pinning predicament like that. Now a tight headlock, squeezing, cutting off that air. We've got a long night ahead of us if Vaughn Vertigo doesn't get something going here.
Yeah, but Casey, keep in mind, Vaughn Vertigo asked for this. He asked for the Axeman. He knew what he was going to be getting. He knew what he was walking into. He's got a game plan for this.
Now, if Vaughn Vertigo can weather this storm and can come out on top, no, stops him short.
Tischer just wearing down Vertigo, and this is what you need to do against an opponent with the speed of Vertigo to keep him off his feet. Cover, 2. Tischer getting his shoulders off the mat. Vertigo almost stealing one, and right back into the headlock goes Tischer.
Now, this is smart by Axel Tischer as well. You do not want to give him a chance to breathe. If Vaughn Vertigo, wow, my goodness.
Yeah, right into a cover. Kick out immediately from Vertigo, but every time he kicks out, he has to push the full body weight.
This isn't your standard headlock either, Scott. He's got Vaughn Vertigo's face and mouth pressed directly into his chest, which causes breathing issues at the best of times. But when you're gasping, you get tired so much faster.
Vertigo again finds his way out, looking to trip the legs. Now the Axeman his second time, it works. Down goes Tischer. Vertigo looking to capitalize now. Looking to utilize that speed to his advantage, but Tischer one step ahead in that instance.
Went for it again. Ooh!
Rock is right to the side of the head there. Vertigo with a standing moonsault. Perfect 2. Kicked out there from Tischer. What a picture perfect moonsault that was though from Vertigo.
As much as Vaughn Vertigo wants to be the best professional wrestler in the world, he's almost fueled by spite. He's heard you can't, you won't, you're too small so many times that he wants to show I can, I will, I belong.
He's proving he at least belongs, but it's one thing to belong, KC, it's quite another to win. And these are the type of matchups he needs to win. He goes for a crossbody there, he's caught by Tischer.
Axel Tischer with a massive power slam there, showing his strength.
Into the cover here. Kick out.
You can see here, just by his mannerisms, that Axel Tischer is moving into a different gear here. He's starting to show the respect for Vaughn Vertigo, what Vertigo's capable of, and he's looking for his next strike.
And he is a nice European uppercut there. He is in absolutely no rush here in this matchup. When you rush, you make mistakes, and there are no mistakes being made here tonight, at least not thus far, from Axel Tischer.
Oh, and a thunderous European uppercut rocks Vaughn Vertigo, puts him on the mat, and this could be just a matter of a 3 count at this point, Scott.
He's got to take some inventory of his teeth after that one, because that rocked him hard.
Now you'll note as well that Axel Tischer is going for things that have a lot of pain behind them. He's stepped on the foot, he's going to the eyes, he's going to the nose, the hair.
He just ripped the top knot out of the hair of Vertigo there. You're right. Utilizing every part of Vertigo's body as a weapon against him.
Almost fighting an unfair fight as he doesn't have much hair to pull himself.
Every part of Axel Tischer just designed to punish Vaughn Vertigo here tonight. Stomp right to the back.
The point of the elbow right to the nose as well, and when you get hit in the nose, your eyes start to water. You can't see straight. All you can feel, that nausea starts to bubble up, and you need to find a way to recover from that if you're going to continue in this match. A massive forearm shiver by Axel Tischer.
And Casey, at this point in the match, I have to ask, what do you think is going through the mind of Vaughn Vertigo? You asked for this matchup. You're getting exactly what you asked for, but he's not able to muster up any offense here. You think seeds of doubt start to creep into the mind of Vaughn Vertigo at this point?
Scott, I think at this point, the only thing going through the mind of Vaughn Vertigo is Axel Tischer's forearms.
Oh, headbutt there from Vertigo, creating some distance, and he finds himself in his comfort zone, the top rope.
Now, we've seen this before, Scott, but Axel Tischer stands up. He's seen it before, too. Oh, a big frog splash.
And that connecting. But again, it's being worn down through this matchup so far. Vaughn Vertigo is unable to capitalize. At least what he's done is he's fought off Axel Tischer for the time being. Created some distance for himself, perhaps, if nothing else, giving himself a chance to catch his breath. Wow! Tischer coming in, but no one home. Nice clothesline there from Vertigo as the pace starts to pick up into the favor of Vertigo.
Distance is Vaughn Vertigo's best friend in this case. He has the ability to create impact based on distance. Boom, a massive heel strike here, and he's starting to grab a little bit of momentum as well, Scott.
And now it is Tischer reeling in the corner. Vertigo runs right into the boot, though, of the Axeman. Springboard off the bottom rope. Bottom drops out for Axel Tischer. And Vaughn Vertigo with a big knee right to the side of the head.
A colossal knee strike there. It caught him on the ear, which will mess up your equilibrium.
Look out. DDT connecting to the roll leg hook. Is he going to do it? Kick out there from Tischer. Vaughn Vertigo that close.
A strike to the ear and then follow that up with a tilt-a-whirl DDT, keeping Axel Tischer moving and on his toes at all times.
But you've got to stay on him if you're Vaughn Vertigo. You've got him reeling, you've got him where you want him. Don't give him a chance to come back, because he will take it. Vertigo measuring up Tischer. Looking for that shining wizard, but his leg got caught. He took too long.
The Axeman caught that one coming. Here we go, he's up again.
Looking for that DDT again this time.
Tischer gets his base under him, uh-oh.
And this is dangerous now. What? The power of Tischer on display, but Vertigo able to step behind.
He was going for that slam. Oh!
And that boot just going right through the face of Vertigo.
Oh, went for it again. He's got a small back chair too. Oh my goodness, I thought we had a winner.
Stacked up, Death Valley driver connecting, leg hook, this has to be it. Kick out from Vaughn Vertigo, are you kidding me?
Axel Tischer is throwing everything he's got and then some at Vaughn Vertigo, and he still can't get that 3 count, Scott.
You gotta think Axel Tischer maybe perhaps, Casey, a little bit impressed with the fact that Vaughn Vertigo still has some fight left in him after that.
At a certain point, the respect needs to outweigh the fear and the disrespect, but at the same time, Axel Tischer feels comfortable where he is. He just needs to get the win. He's going for that Liger bomb here. Vaughn Vertigo smart, dropping to a knee here.
Wisely trying to make himself as heavy as possible.
Oh.
Now just raking the face of the ice, and now into the sleeper hold. That is in deep. That is a...
The timekeeper better get ready.
Vertigo fading and fading fast. Now go for that Liger bomb. Oh, Vertigo has it scouted.
Him up.
Oh!
That was 2.9, Scott.
I thought that was 3, Casey.
Whoa!
And Vertigo knows how close he came there. He's got to capitalize on the momentum.
Oh my God! That is it. That has to be it.
Deadlift German
suplex. 1, 2. No! How the hell did Vaughn Vertigo kick out of that?
Respect has now transformed into frustration from Axel Tischer.
Axel Tischer is absolutely beside himself. He doesn't know what to make of this. The London Music Hall is on fire. Vaughn Vertigo still throwing the V up.
Casey, I don't know if you caught it. Tischer just looked at the official and said, how? How did Vertigo kick out of that?
Axel Tischer is baffled, but I think he's also annoyed. He's done with this. It's time to close the chapter on Vaughn Vertigo's amazing performance here tonight. As we're going, are we going pile driver?
Vertigo is not going to let us find out as he kicks his way out of it.
Oh!
Inzaguri sends the Axeman reeling to the outside. Uh-oh, Vertigo, head of steam, look out!
Oh my goodness, Vaughn Vertigo from over the top, lands it. Go for it, kid.
Vertigo looking to make a name for himself here tonight. But the Axeman again has him scouted. Oh my goodness, what's he going for here? Hurricanrana! He rolls through!
Picks him up again though. Oh, a massive Liger
That's
bomb.
it.
That's
Thanks
gotta
for
be
coming.
it. Oh
What?
my God!
What?
How is that possible?
As long as his heart still beats, Vertigo still has a shot in this matchup.
This crowd is beside themselves, Scott, and rightfully so. Vaughn Vertigo has no business still being able to kick out after a massive Liger bomb like that.
At a certain point, though, and again, you see Axel just begging with the officials saying, stop this. How much more can this kid take? We are finding out what Vaughn Vertigo is made of here tonight. A star being born in front of our eyes, Casey.
Axel Tischer, he's still got a few weapons in that chamber, but at this point,
and he's giving Vertigo an opportunity to get up. He's trying to fire this kid up. I think he likes Vertigo. I think he likes the fight that he's bringing to him here tonight.
this is sick, Scott. This makes me happy I'm up here next to you. Going for that Liger bomb again.
And Vertigo still fighting his way on. Oh! Landing on his feet in the corner with Vertigo. Back elbow there.
Oh!
Just too much. Axeman just too much for Vertigo right now. Half and half. Suplex connecting.
Axel Tischer is
He's
in a
going for
very
a Shining Wizard. Oh! Just able to duck out of the way was Tischer, but he runs into the big boot there of Vertigo.
He's throwing everything he's got here. He's tried this twice unsuccessfully. This time he nails
He
it.
connects. Shining Wizard!
He's got
No
him.
way! No way!
Cover
Legs
one.
hooked! Two! Oh!
Axel Tischer's head just got out of the field of play.
Axel Tischer unable to get the shoulder up, but wisely getting his arm underneath the bottom rope.
Scott, Vaughn Vertigo was a 4 arms length away from the biggest win of his career, and he's got to be asking himself, what does he got to do now?
Why, it's just more, Casey. The answer is more. He's got Tischer where he wants him. Tischer,
How much
as I
more
said,
is there?
that's where he's got to dig down deep into his bag of tricks and find out. We're all about to find out how much more Vertigo has left in him. Dragging the Axeman back up to a vertical base. Just a straight right there from Vertigo.
Oh my goodness.
Another one. Tischer, he is rocked right now.
One thing that Vaughn Vertigo has picked up in Europe is the striking game. He has gotten so much better at throwing all of his weight and half of his opponent's weight into every strike that he puts down. Going for that half and half again, but Tischer elbows out. Oh my goodness.
The one thing I'm learning about Tischer throughout this matchup is he's not just studying Vaughn Vertigo before the match leading up to the He's studying him throughout this match. He's learning from the offensive Vertigo what he's going to try next.
These two at this point are they're just destroying each other. This is completely devolved into a complete slugfest.
And Vertigo is standing toe-to-toe with the Axeman here. Good Lord. Vertigo's, I was going to say he was still on his feet, but now he's in trouble here. Axeman looking to put him away. That horrible slam!
My goodness!
That's gotta be
that has to be it. 2, 3, it is over.
Axel Tischer.
Axel, the Axeman. Tischer.
Axel Tischer victorious here tonight. But as you look around the ring, London is on their feet for Vaughn Vertigo and the performance he just had. Casey, sometimes there is victory within defeat.
You know, at one point this felt like an inevitability. Axel Tischer with his hand raised, and I need to be honest with you, Scott Hunter, about halfway through this thing, doubt started to creep in, and before I knew it, I thought the V guy really was going to come away with the 1-2-3 tonight.
And you see, Vertigo knows how close he came. What a match.
London is on their feet, rightfully so.
Vaughn Vertigo has earned the respect of the London faithful here tonight. And Casey, you gotta believe he's earned the respect of Axel Tischer here tonight. And perhaps to him, that means much more.
This ring